Hello and welcome back to the Ember Island Collector. Today we're going to be unboxing Diamond Select Series 3 Deluxe action figures. So if you're new to my channel, hello, feel free to hit subscribe. But if you see my past videos, I've done the Walgreens Series 3 unboxing, which also include Ozai and Toph, but today we're going to be doing the Deluxe unboxing. And if you're wondering, hey, where's Toph? We got a fun little story to come right at you. So let's get started. To get started, not only is this a Diamond Select unboxing review, but it's also kind of a review on BigBadToyStore. So this is my first time ordering from them. I haven't really ordered from these toy retailers online before. I know there's BigBadToyStore, there's Sure Thing Toys, and there is also Entertainment Earth, which I'm doing a pre-order with them for the Katara Gallery figure and the Zuko Gallery figure, releasing in May and July. But I wanted to try BigBadToyStore mainly because they had released Series 3 of the Deluxe figures earlier than any other retailer. So I was like, okay, let me try it. I think one of my subscribers had pointed out that they ordered from BigBadToyStore, so I was like, okay, why not see how their customer service works? Is it a reliable website? Just so you guys can have some background in case you guys want to order these items as well from BigBadToyStore. I believe they have $4 shipping, which is really nice. If you buy things, it's all a flat rate of $4. I was so excited because okay, maybe I've heard good things about them. When I did some more research into them, maybe they're going to be good, maybe they're not going to be great. I did hear some bad reviews as well, but I think that's with any online retailers, you get the good and the bad. And so the left is what came in the mail last week. This is what came in the mail 2 weeks ago, because I originally ordered them when they had just dropped in the beginning of April, I want to say April-ish. And if you can't tell, there is severe damage on the back of this on the front of this box. His hand, if you can see, was I supposed to have 4 sets of hands? And it's missing. I checked the box. I've looked in the box. I've seen it. It's missing. We have severe dentage on the top here. What else do we have? Oh yeah, we have a big tear in the box as well. And other than that, that's kind of it. But I think the main thing is that, we're missing a part. It's not BigBadToyStore's fault, mainly because, they didn't pack the item. They just distribute the item, right? So that's not on them. That's on Diamond Select. So, I don't know, quality control Diamond Select, because that was kind of ridiculous as well. Just to have an item and be like, hey, I'm missing a piece. And I wasn't impressed. So I was kind of upset about that. And then we have Toph here, which is in significantly better shape. I did manage to get a lot of the creases out in the box here, but for the most part, the box also has some sustained damage on the bottom. You can tell that the box is kind of dented and damaged, and it's really upsetting because the packaging that they do in there is a very thick bubble mailer. Not like a bubble mailer, it's very thick bubble wrap. It's it's not that small little pop. It's those big bags that you get from Amazon kind of thing. And I was just so disappointed because they were packed really well, but the items themselves were just substandard. And so that is my review on BigBadToyStore. No, I'm kidding. So I actually am emailing customer service because I was kind of this is, because for the main reason I emailed them isn't only because I do collect them. I keep all my items in the boxes. I do just take them out for the review, but mainly because he's missing a piece. He's missing his hand. And even if I wasn't going to keep him out of the box, I would still want all his hand parts. Yeah, it's one hand, but I paid for that hand, and I think I should get that hand. And so I did email them back, and the customer service I was nervous because they said they were had a huge wait time, and that was kind of frustrating not knowing you can't even contact them on phone call. You have to contact them through email. But once I got the email through, I got consistent emailing back and forth with the customer service. They were hey, we're gonna let you keep the item because obviously the item is missing it. You can't resell this item anyway. If I return it to them, they will just have to destroy it as well, because they can't. I would have to return both of them. First of all, I couldn't just return one item because I bought them as a set instead of 2 individual. I bought them as a set, and because this item is damaged, they couldn't even sell it as a substandard thing, I believe, so just because it's missing a hand. And so that was a big thing. But they did end up reselling me. Well, not reselling. They ended up resending me, so I didn't have to pay again. They just were we're going to send you another one. It's on us because, you keep the other items because it's just going to be a lot of a hassle to return them. Understandable. And then they end up giving me these, which are in significant better shape. Like, the box is much nicer. Usually we observe it later, but yeah, the box, it actually does not look like it went through the ringer. Plastic's all good for the windows materials. And then we have Toph here, who has like a little bit of damage on the top, but honestly, this box is still like eons better than the other one. So yeah, stick around to the end of this video, because I'm actually going to talk about what I'm going to be doing with these two extra figures, because obviously I don't need 4 sets of Diamond Select Series 3 After Last Airbender figures, so stay till the end of that video. We're going to take these down for now. And now, let's actually start looking at the actual items. And I want to kind of go with Toph first, because she seems really exciting. So let's go through that. As I said, I showed you in the box before, we have the very same Diamond Select After Last Airbender look, though nothing in the box has changed. It's very consistent throughout the whole series. We have the brownish, yellowish box with the Avatar Last Airbender logos for all the 4 nations. We have the Avatar Last Airbender logo. We have Toph's name. It says Deluxe action figure, so that's how you could tell if you can obviously tell if you got Deluxe action figure based on the fact that it has more items. And then, as usual, we have the back here, and so you can see all the series that they have. They have Series 1, Series 2, and then Series 3, which is Toph and Ozai. So yeah, so that's Toph. So let's move on to Ozai, see his. As you can see, first of all, also with Toph, just go back with her, we have her more accessories here. So she has the same hand accessories that she had in her single version, and we have a Toph figure, but then she comes with 4 sets of hands. She gets the belt that she gets when she's a blind bandit. We have a rock feature as well, and we have her stand that comes in all the deluxe versions. So going to Ozai, here we go. This is still also quite heavy because he's Ozai. We have the exact same Ozai figure that we get from the Walgreens exclusive. And then we also have, he has a lot of cool accessories, I'm not gonna lie. He gets 4 sets of hands, nice to know. He also gets another hand, he gets 2 hand accessories. I'm not sure what this one is, but I'm quite excited to see how this one works. So let's get to unboxing these. So currently I'm in the middle of unboxing. Usually I just kind of cut out so you guys don't have to watch me unbox something. But one thing I noticed is that even though I take the tape out, they actually use these rattan ties. Hold on, let me see if you guys can see. Yeah, they have these rattan ties now that actually keep both pieces of plastic in place, which I think is really nice, because before, once you took out the tape, it kind of just fell apart, but this is actually nice. They have those in there. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to unboxing these. See you guys soon. So I finally got them out. This was kind of a little bit more of a struggle just because of those rattan ties holding them in. I do like the idea of the rattan ties, considering that I got one without his hand. I don't see how they really work very well, or how they're significantly better than what they did before. But just made it hard to open. So we're here now. We're out of breath. It's because it was hard to open. So we'll start with Toph. We have Ozai in the back, and he's just chilling. But let's start off with Toph here. So I'm not going to go too much depth into the figure. If you want to see more in-depth review of the figure, please go check out my Walgreens exclusive video. But in here we have her again. I think what's really going to collect both is that you get to have 2 different figures, because the paint is always inconsistent as they do it. Like we said before, we have her tunic, we have her belt with the studs. The belt, the coloring's a little off here and there with her studs. If you can see that it's just not as great as the application of the gold detail isn't that great. She has a hole in the back, which is very interesting because her Walgreens version does not have a hole in the back. It's very interesting, the fact that she has a hole in her back, whereas the Walgreens version doesn't. I don't think there should be much of a reason of why there should be a difference. So there's that. Again, we have her in her Season 2 wear when we first meet Toph. We have those nice milky color eyes that are very indicative of Toph. And we have her on her acrylic stand, which I remember I've said on videos before that I don't really enjoy the acrylic stands as much as I enjoy the black stands. But they're starting to grow on me, not gonna lie. And as usual, we have this connector, little thingamabob. And you can see this one isn't done as well because you can see the air bubbles in here. Not sure why quality decided to stop carrying on that part. But honestly, it's not the end of the world if it has air bubbles in there. It just kind of destroys the illusion when you can see them. And as usual, it can just fit into here depending on how you want to do it. You can change the connectors, stuff like that. We've seen that before. What we're really here for are the deluxe accessories. So first, we have this rock thing. So this is like the first accessory we have where it doesn't really have like a hand thing. It doesn't have a button where you attach it to this connector here. Like, it doesn't connect to the hand. It's something that the character itself can just balance itself on. And so overall thoughts, it's made of this, it's weirdly translucent, which I don't really get. Like, obviously, if you can tell right now, like, you can't really see through it, but like in certain lights you can see, like here you can see my finger going through here, like the shadows of that, which I think is a little bit strange. I don't see why not to do it in the same kind of opaque-ish, but this isn't even opaque either, but I don't see why not to do an opaque plastic. But other than that, it has this really nice, like, really rough earth texture to it. There aren't any footholds for where to put her feet, because this is obviously like a foot item. Like, it's like her stepping on the earth to do earthbending forms. But there's no like actual like peg on here to put her feet, and there's not really anywhere like a foot mold as we've seen on Katara's water feature in series 1, where she had like little little molds for the arms. Sorry, we had molds for the hands for Katara on that feature, and we don't see that on Toph's. So that's kind of different. Not gonna lie, there is this weird like chunk here that kind of looks like maybe like you put her hands here to like kind of indicate that she's earthbending, but at the same time, like, is it, how great is it? I don't know. It's not, it's a really cool figure, especially if you're doing like photography and stuff like that, to like keep this like little detail on there, to have that and be like, oh, she's earthbending it. I think that's cool. It looks like she's more, I know I've seen like promotional pictures that she's supposed to be stepping on this end, so it looks like she's like earthbending out and like hitting her like attacking enemy. Very cool. I'll have to rearrange her to look like that, and maybe look at some versions of her like that. But it's an okay accessory. I do like it. It's not totally my favorite. I think Ozai has a lot of cool accessories, and I can't wait to get to him. But I think something else that I like a lot more is this. We have her little belt that she wins from, oh my god, I really should remember this as someone who has, oh wait, I put it upside down, as someone who's watched the show like several times. But yeah, we have her belt. I kind of wish it was something that you could wrap around her, like as an accessory, because like we have the belt holes, which is like we have a belt hole, but we don't have like this part, this little like clasp here doesn't actually move. It's all molded into one piece. As you can see, it's like very shiny, very golden, and looks a lot like her Earth Rumble. That's what it is. It looks very similar. I hope it's Earth Rumble. Imagine that's like the wrong thing. We're just keep going with it, and I'll look it up later. But it looks like her belt, and I think which is really nice is that we have another set of hands that can hold. We have another set of hands that can hold it. So yeah, I like this accessory. It's really the first kind of thing that's really like an accessory, not like, oh, here's like another form of bending that you can see. It's really just, it's by its crux an accessory for a character to hold, and I think it's really nice Diamond Select is going towards this direction of making it so that we have more posable figures, more ways we can interact with that. And because we're getting Sokka in series 4, I would love to put this like with him, because of that episode where we meet Toph and he like gets the belt because Aang gets the belt, and Aang doesn't really want the belt, so Sokka wears it around. So that'd be fun to put them together with that. Okay, moving on, we have, like I said, we have 4 sets of hands, and this time I took them all out. Usually I don't take them out because the tape is annoying, but as you can see, we have, here's one, oh, let me see. Let's see if that focuses. Yes, we have. So here is her hand like this. So those are, she usually has 2 sets of the exact same hands, and you can see 2 exact sets of the same hands, and they're just palms. Because they're not just a little fist, I think they always have like a default fist posed, where they're just, their hands are clenched. And then we have this one, which seems more like earthbendy, like she's actually earthbending. So I'm probably gonna replace her hands with those. And then we have these accessories that we've seen before in the past, where we've seen these in the Walgreens exclusives, which I think are really nice that they've done it for the Walgreens exclusives, because I think it would be cooler than just having like the earth piece itself. Let's see if that focuses. So yeah, you've seen this before. I like this figure a lot. I like the fact that one's like big jagged pieces, and the other one's like tiny little like crunchy pieces. Other than that, the paint here is kind of a bummer because you can see that it's green here, which I don't know if this is molded in green from. I want to believe that it was molded in green and then it was just her fingers were painted in, because that's also a really true possibility. So that's kind of a bummer that like I said, I think Diamonds like really needs to work on their quality control. They shouldn't be going into actual like items that people are buying. Just a thought. But I think because like their paint isn't very glossy, you could definitely fix it with acrylic if you really wanted to. So if anything you want to fix on here, I think acrylics works really well. It looks like they painted her hand green and not her actual fingers, so the paint might come off actually a lot more easier than we think. So yeah, that's Toph. Let me arrange her in a cool pose so we can see her more in dynamic action. Okay, it took a while because I took pictures, but here's Toph in a little more of a dynamic pose. I love how she's kind of cut off, so I have to go back. Okay, there we go. One thing I noticed is that her hands aren't really, the ones I've gotten from the box aren't really moving as well, and I don't know if I should have actually broken them in and like stretched them out beforehand because I cannot actually turn her hands. But here she is in her full glory. I think she's a pretty cool figure. One thing I want to take note is that these figures, I think recently, Toph and Ozai I've noticed have had looser joints than the other couple of figures. I know that was like kind of an issue. When I know them, like a lot of their times their figures kind of stay put because the paint that they use on there. I know a lot of the paint just keeps it in place. And if you keep it in the box, it's fine. But if you want to actually display the figures, like the joints get so loose over time if you do multiple poses or you keep them in like crazy poses for very long. So that's kind of a downside to Diamond Select, especially if you collect them. Is for the posing part. If you keep them in the box like I do, it's not that bad because it's a very nice item to look at on the shelf. But also, like, I like to pose my items and I like to take them out of the box to look at them every once in a while. And it just kind of sucks that she just gets so loose after a couple of wears and tears. But here's Toph. I'm gonna be honest, favorite accessory probably has to be this belt. I think the belt is my favorite accessory just because this one I don't get why it's a translucent plastic. It's cool, it's big, but it's cool, but it's big and clunky. Whereas this is like, it's so nice. I love how I keep holding it upside down. I know which way it goes. Do I even know which way it goes anymore? It goes this way. I think it's really accurate to the actual TV show, like the belt that she has from the Earth Rumble there. So I like that a lot. I do wish she could wear it, but she also can hold it, so I might have pictures of her holding it. Yeah, but you can check out my Instagram. Hopefully I'll have her holding, because these hands I feel like are more conducive to her holding the belt. And we're going to put her to the side. We're actually going to take her off the stand, because if she doesn't stand up straight on the stand, she just goes like a whirligig. And you can see, like, first of all, that's really nice. There we go. Got Toph there, and we're going to move her to the side, because now we're going to the baddest guy in town. I was going to say something else, but that's not child appropriate. We're going to bring in Ozai! So first of all, like I said before, if you see my last video, I've done a more detailed look into the Ozai figure itself. I talk about the articulation points and things like that, so please go check out that video. I'm just not going to spend as much time on it because I've already talked about it, and I think what's more important here is the accessories that this item comes with. So, hold on, let me just... So, if you can see here, we have Ozai. He's still looking good. I think the paint is better. In my last video, his teeth were like really bad, and this time you can actually see that his teeth are all painted in, so that's a plus. He still has those like insane eye colors going for him. He's still jacked, which is funny. His hair is still crazy. The paint, I feel like over here, especially in his armband, is not that great. You can see that it's not encompassing the whole band. I think deco is just not. You would think Diamond Select would have a better job, like better quality control for their deco. And I understand like it's very small details, but I don't know. I just assumed that the paint would go where the paint's supposed to go, because you can see on his belt too. That's kind of off there. Other than that, like his pants look good. They're all the same solid color, very similar to Zuko's pants as well. He got big feet. He got little like marks over here. Oh, sorry. He has marks over here for his legs, and we just have him at his feet. Do turn, so that's kind of nice as well. I know I didn't really show the functionality of Toph, but I think she also moves just as easily as Ozai as well. So we have him able to flex his arms and things like that. Very nice. But let's go into the actual accessories, because I think they're really... Oh! This is... First of all, this is... Okay, I think Toph's accessories are fine. They are perfectly like what I expect of Toph, but Ozai's is so cool, and I don't really like the fact that he gets these cool accessories because he's such a boring character. I don't know, but you have this, so this actually comes apart. Crazy. But no, I think you could attach this. I don't know how you would attach this to him. Like, will you put it on his back? Will you put it in his hands? Because his hands don't have a little hole. I guess you could put it on his foot. You can't. Can you? Yeah. Oh. Okay, other than his foot doing something that no human foot should do. Let me see. So yeah, you can put it on his foot, so there's that. But let's see if we can actually put it on his stand. Hold on, let me readjust. So let me try putting it on his stand instead. And it kind of, yeah, it fits. It actually does fit. I don't really know, like maybe he's like punching down kind of thing. So let me just, and we can have him like punching down. Also, I like to note that like yeah, I guess we could do that. I don't know if this is like supposed to, like, could we just put it in and replace with his hand as well? We'll get to that. But let's also look at his other accessories. So this one we've seen before. This also comes in the Walgreens exclusive version of it. So you just like, it's this fire thing and it has like a little hole here. So in case you want to put it in his stand, like in these like little connector pieces, you can stick it like that and it connects. Very nice. You can't see, that's the thing, like you can't, like, it's not like it's separable, so you can't put it anywhere else. So this sticks into that. And then he also has something very similar. I think this Azula's is very similar. But one thing I want to note about this one, about this blue lightning accessory, is that it's significantly lighter. So Azula's was very top heavy, and that's why it flexed down a lot. This one, I think they've learned from that pass. There also is I think there's a hole as well, so you can support it as well. And you could stick that in here as well and just have his fist like that, another fist, a blue lightning coming out. And I think what I really like the fact is that they really did take that like consideration, the fact that those rules was just so top heavy and things like that, because you couldn't keep it on her fist for very long without breaking. But let's go on to his hands. So he has a bunch of different hands, so I'll just show you the two different sets. As you can tell, like, his hands are a little better than Toph's. Like, the paint on there is a little bit better. I'm not gonna, like, you can see his fingernails. Like, I love how they get all these small details. And then, you know, the sides, so first of all, keep, like, paint in between, like, the fingers. I think you take that with an X-Acto if you're really careful. As you can see, we have one hand that's, like, a semi-closed fist, and then we have one that's just, like, a flat hand, like a reaching hand. So, yeah. Let me set up Ozai, then, into a more dynamic pose, and then we'll talk about overall thoughts. Okay, so I knew I said I was going to go to like final thoughts, but first I actually want to show you guys how he actually looks. First of all, holding this, I put that back, to hold how he holds this in his hand. So as you can see here, we're not having that weird flexing motion, like it's not too top heavy. And that, first of all, I also love if I put it on like definitely the wrong hand, but you know what else, was insane, so let's just go with that. And so you can see that it doesn't tilt, like it holds up really well. I think overall, like, this is so much better, and I feel like the plastic also itself is going in more to the fist itself. And I don't know if that's also like happens because he has bigger hands than all the other characters in the series. Like, his hands are huge. This accessory, I think, is just so much better. And I would love to use it with Azula, but obviously it's very much like an Ozai hand. Maybe Zuko could probably use it as well. But yeah, overall, very cool accessory. We've already seen this one in action. You can see in my other review. And then I put this one back onto here just because, like, I think it's cool. I just don't know, like, do I put it in here and pretend that he's, like, making, like, he's, like, punching down kind of thing, or something like that. Like, it doesn't go to his foot, so I don't know where that comes from. So right now it goes here. I mean, you can obviously probably use these accessories as well. If you have these and you've ever taken pictures with them, like with any of these accessories, like, tag me on Instagram. I would love to see what you guys have for your, like, action figure photography, because I think it's just so cool. I really love how my go-to pose is just to have them reach out towards something, because that's obviously the way everything goes. Where was I? Okay. So I do think that these items are definitely worth their price point. You get so many. I think the accessories are significantly cooler than the other ones that we've gotten. I like the accessories the figures comes with. Originally, I was because we don't know anything about the extra accessories they're coming out with. Like, Deluxe like decides, like, they're like, hey, we're coming out. It's gonna come out in like the next couple of months. And you're like, okay. And you look at your Walgreens and you look at your toy retailers and you try finding these figures, and then you find out what the figures are, like the actual not the figures themselves are, but you find out what the actual accessories are. And I think I really, really enjoy Ozai's accessories. I think they're so dynamic, they're interesting. It just sucks that they're given to Ozai. Like, obviously you can reuse this one, this weird fire blast thing with Zuko, or you could use with Aang or any of that other stuff. But like, you can't use any of his like hand accessories because he has big hands, and so he doesn't fit with the rest. Like, he doesn't fit with Azula, and he doesn't fit with Zuko. Actually, let me check. I have Zuko in a bag right now. Here's Zuko, standing next to his dad. But you can see Zuko has also his coloring is off. That's why I think Dems like got better throughout the series so far. Like, the coloring is a little bit more better with the characters. I know like what we have right now for like the pictures of Sokka are horrendous. Like, he looks so washed out, and I really hope that's more of a pre-production picture, not like, hey, Sokka's gonna look very, very pale, because that would just be a bummer. But yeah, like, Zuko's very, very pale in comparison to his father, and it's not like they're the same skin. They have the same exact skin tone in the TV show, so I don't see why that. But as you can see, Zuko does have like significantly smaller hands. So actually, you know what? We're gonna try. I love how I just ripped off Zuko's hands. You remember when I first started this and I couldn't take anything out because I was worried about. Oh my god! First of all, Zuko's wrist does not have enough support because it's so heavy, and his hand is like just falling apart. But it looks so. Oh my god. Oh, okay, we're not gonna laugh anymore, but as you can see, just the functionality doesn't really, you can't use the other figure accessories with Zuko, especially because like his figures, obviously this figure has been through a lot more of the ringer because I've used him a lot more, but like also like his fist is way too big for Zuko's. Like, here's Zuko's regular sized hand, and it's so small, and this is the times where you remember that Zuko is canonically 5'3" in the series, and therefore also a child still. So yeah, here's a comparison of how Zuko size scales to his father, and his father also is not standing completely straight, so you can see that Zuko is significantly smaller, but he's still bigger than Toph. And let me actually pull out Aang and Katara. I won't be pulling out Azula and second Aang, because how many of those do we actually need? Katara is shorter than Zuko. Toph and Aang are similar heights. I want to say that we have Toph and Aang. Toph is a little shorter than Aang, and that's mainly probably due to the fact that this is like season 2 Toph, and we can see that Katara is also still taller than Toph, but that she's also taller than Aang in the series, so there's that. So Toph is definitely the shortest. She also has the biggest head. I know a lot of people are like, oh man, she has a really big head. And I think it really is the hair, I think. And they were just trying to compensate. Because everyone else has like regular size heads. Like Aang's head's pretty regular size. Katara's pretty regular size. So they fit pretty well. And you can see Ozai is the tallest. He's not even like standing up straight. He's still taller than the rest of them. So that's quite interesting to note of like scalability. But I think they scale pretty well. But yeah, I'm going to take these guys and put them away. Overall thoughts on this series, though, Series 3. I think, character-wise, I wouldn't have chose Ozai. I think I've explained that before in the past. I don't think anyone really was thinking, hey, I want an Ozai figure. I think people are looking more towards the female figures, and I don't know when Deluxe is actually going to start thinking about, like, hey, we got Toph, and we have Azula, and we have Katara. But Azula is in her crazed state, and we have so many Aangs, and we're getting another Aang Series 4. I think we need more girls in the lineup, and I would really appreciate having more girls. I think they do a good job. Like, I love Katara, how she looks, and I like how Toph looks, even if she does got a big head. Overall, I think the Series 3 had a lot of great accessories. They definitely have learned a lot, coloring-wise. Like, it's better looking, and Ozai has, like, he looks more true to character, true to form, whereas Zuko kind of his skin's very pallid looking. whereas Ozai looks more like, you know, like his character like coloring in the TV series. Favorite accessories, I think definitely have to go Ozai. I think his accessories are really cool. Not to discredit Toph's Earth little formation, I think that's fine. I just don't really know how to use it as well, and I think that's just mainly on me. So I know that probably a lot of collectors would like this. I also don't like the fact that it's kind of translucent. I think that this is a very successful series 3. I think this wave was pretty good. I do enjoy the fact that we get these characters that we don't really see, even though I don't really like Ozai as a character. I don't understand why we have him when we have so many, like, why they chose Ozai when we have so many other characters. Like, let me know what you guys are thinking of. And to go back to the beginning of the video when I was talking about Big Bad Toy Store, as for these extras that I am now in possession of, what I think I'm going to do is that if you also follow me on Instagram, I'll probably post there when I will actually probably put these on sale on eBay. And so I'm still thinking about pricing because I also have to calculate how much it would cost shipping wise. Still figuring out the logistics on that, but check my Instagram for the next couple of days, upcoming weeks, because it might take me a while to figure out exactly how this will work out. But I most likely will be listing these on eBay, so you guys can check them out in case you guys really want to have one of these figures but you just don't know where else to get them. And honestly, if you are into collecting but you're not interested in keeping the box, I think this would be a great opportunity for you guys to get the figures at a lower price, especially Toph because she comes with everything. Ozai, I mean, you're missing one of his hands. I've checked the box, it's not in the box, so I don't know where it went. So if you're a collector who doesn't really want to keep things in the box, or like are totally cool with it coming in like a damaged package, you definitely will probably set a bid off very low and just keep it for like about a week, just so people have the opportunity to be like, hey, I want this figure, but you know, I don't like want to do it like immediate, like someone buys it immediately that you just miss out entirely, because I know people sometimes have to take time to think if they're going to put money down on a purchase. Anyway, I hope you guys like this video. Let me know in the comments down below exactly what you liked about these figures, which you collect them, which one have you gotten, and which one, if you haven't gotten them, which one you'd be more excited to get. I really like to know. And if you guys do action figure photography, let me know. Send me a message on Instagram at Ember Island Collector. So don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. And click the little bell icon so you get notified every time I post a new video. I usually post on Saturdays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget to like this video as well. I really do appreciate people who do like or comment. I do try to answer back to my comments. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop in the comments down below. Feel free to follow me on Instagram again at Ember Island Collector. And as always, until next time, Flimio Hotman.